The shadows were silent now, their violent hunger sated. Ryu stood amidst the wreckage of the mercenaries, the black blade of his shadow weapon slowly dissolving back into nothingness. The flickering torchlight painted the temple's cracked walls in streaks of red and black. And then, the pain returned. It started as a dull throb in his chest, growing sharper with each passing moment. His knees buckled, and he clutched at his ribs, gasping. The scars on his arms glowed faintly, pulsing in sync with his heartbeat. The whispers came again, low and mocking. Whispers, softly overlapping. Power comes with a price. Shadow bearer. Ryu, gritting his teeth. Shut up! I didn't ask for this. His vision blurred. He stumbled toward one of the temple's cracked walls, leaning heavily against it. The rough stone bit into his palms, but it grounded him. Narration. For the first time since waking in this nightmare, Ryu allowed himself to think. Where was he? What had really happened? And most importantly, who the hell was this body he was trapped in? The answer came not from his thoughts, but from the temple itself. The shadows shifted, swirling like smoke around a crumbling altar at the temple's center. Ryu's instincts screamed at him to run, but he stayed rooted in place. The air grew colder, and then he saw it. A figure formed from shadow, humanoid but indistinct, with violet eyes burning like twin stars. Shadow figure, calm, distant. You have taken the curse of the night veil upon yourself. Do you even know the weight of what you've claimed? Ryu, glaring, fist clenched. Claimed? I didn't ask for this. You're the ones who dragged me here. The figure tilted its head as if amused. Shadow figure, you misunderstand. This is no gift. It is a sentence. The Nightveil clan defied the gods themselves, and their punishment is eternal. You now bear their chains, assassin. Ryu's jaw tightened. He didn't trust this thing, whatever it was. But the mention of the gods, of punishment, stirred something in the back of his mind. A faint echo, like a forgotten memory. Ryu, softly to himself. The Night Veil. They're why this body feels wrong. It's not mine, is it? Shadow figure, darkly. It is yours now. The last scion of the Night Veil bloodline died centuries ago. You are their vessel, their weapon, their revenge. Ryu felt a cold fury rise in his chest. He had been used before, by governments, corporations, even his own comrades. He wasn't about to let it happen again. Ryu, sharply. Listen here, Ghost. I don't care about your clan, your gods, or whatever curse you've thrown at me. I'm not your pawn. The shadows rippled as if laughing. Shadow figure, mocking. You have no choice. Without the bond, you would already be dead. You may deny the Night Veil's legacy, but the world will not. The gods will not. Before Ryu could respond, the figure began to dissolve, its voice fading into the growing darkness. Shadow figure echoing, survive, assassin, or perish like all who came before you. And then it was gone. The temple grew still once more, but the weight of its words lingered. Ryu exhaled sharply, running a hand through his hair. Ryu, muttering, Great, another mess to clean up. First I need answers, and a way out of this place. He didn't get far before another sound stopped him cold. The faint clinking of chains, distant yet growing louder, echoed through the temple corridors. It wasn't like the metallic clatter of mercenaries. It was heavier, deliberate, almost rhythmic. Ryu turned, his hand instinctively reaching for his shadow blade. Ryu, low, tense. What now? From the darkness of the corridor emerged a figure, clad in black armor, its surface etched with glowing runes. A heavy chain was coiled around its right arm, dragging behind it like a serpent. Its face was hidden beneath a helmet, but its eyes burned with the same violet fire as the wolf. The figure stopped several feet away, tilting its head as if studying him. Armored figure, low, cold. You're unworthy. Ryu's grip tightened on his blade. Ryu, sarcastic. Funny. I was just about to say the same about you. The armored figure didn't reply. Instead, it raised its chained arm, and the runes along the links began to glow brighter. The chain snapped taut, coiling like a whip before lashing out. Ryu barely dodged, the chain slamming into the ground with enough force to crack stone. The fight was unlike anything Ryu had experienced before. The figure moved with inhuman precision, the chain a deadly extension of its will. Every swing sent shock waves through the air, forcing Ryu to rely on his instincts and the strange, unfamiliar strength of his new body. But as the battle raged, something changed. The whispers returned, not mocking this time, but urgent. Whispers echoing, "Use the shadow. Feed it. Let it grow." Ryu hesitated. The last time he had drawn on the shadow's power, it had nearly killed him. But he didn't have a choice now. He focused, letting the shadow flow through him. It responded instantly, forming tendrils that lashed out to meet the narration-armored figure's chain. For a brief moment, Ryu saw it. Fear. The figure faltered, its movements growing erratic as the shadows coiled tighter around it. Ryu didn't let up. He surged forward, his blade of darkness cutting through the chain like it was paper. The figure staggered, its runes flickering, and Ryu struck again. The final blow shattered its helmet, revealing a face that wasn't human. It was twisted, monstrous, more shadow than flesh. The figure collapsed, dissolving into smoke. Ryu stood over the remains, breathing hard. The whispers faded, leaving only silence. Ryu, grimly, "If that's what's hunting me, I've got a long road ahead." But as the figure's shadow melted into the temple floor, Ryu noticed something strange. A faint light, glowing from the creature's chest. He knelt, reaching for it, and as his fingers closed around the object, a new voice echoed in his mind. New voice, resonating, powerful. "You are not alone in this war, Shadowbearer." Ryu's eyes narrowed, the light illuminating his scarred face. Whatever this was, it was just the beginning. To be continued.